Deputy Minister of Energy and Petroleum, John Jinepo, has disclosed that inadequate funding is hindering government's efforts to connect more communities to the national grid. This, he says, has prompted the Energy and Petroleum Ministry to initiate approval processes for a loan to enable them connect additional communities to the national grid. But do you think we should continue to extend the national grid or expand the national grid to rural areas when production is barely able to meet demand with the frequent power outages? Kabna Chenchahene Boachin spoke to a cross-section of Ghanaians.
Sending power to the rural areas. For now, I think even in this in Accra here, if we are having power outages. So I think the government should pay more attention or find resolute solution to the power outages now, because most of the times the businesses, even if you have generator, you can't operate. So I think the government should pay more attention and make sure that there's enough power in Accra here, so that and then if he's able to solve that problem, then he can extend the power problems to the other areas.
So while government is at it, are you suggesting that all those who are not connected to the grid remain in darkness?
That is not the case, but I think most of the business are also centered in Accra here. The people also there also need power. So I think the government should pay attention to the power problem here and also extend some of the power to the other areas also.
So of us even using it now don't have the access. So what is the guarantee that what they say they are going to do is possible? It won't work. What we can do now is we should make sure at least the service providers, they have to get to the field and make sure those who are owing the government that is creating the problem, those money should be retracted. And upon that, when the government says it's going to do something, we'll all support it. But for now, we don't think what they say they are going to do will be successful.
So that means for now, all those who are not connected to the grid should still remain in darkness. Is that what you are suggesting?
They shouldn't stay in darkness. But what we are doing is, what will save the situation is, the service providers, they are the people to get to the grassroots and make sure those who own them, they receive the money. And upon that, when the government says it's going to do this will be very effective. Because now, let's use this house for example. They may have electricity, which is connected illegal. The government is losing from that end there. And it's not only one person, about a chain of houses connected, and they are using it illegally. So where is the money going to come from for the government to use it for this project? The whole thing is only for the service provider to get down to the root and receive the money. And when they give it to the government will just use it to do it. And that would be the best thing.
I think it's a good idea for government to extend electricity to like the rural areas or those who don't have. But the problem is that we should solve the energy problem first before extending it to the deprived areas. Other than that, will still be in the same or a worse problem. That's all.
So that means you do agree that the other people do need electricity, but now is not the opportune time. Is that what you are saying?
Yeah, I think we should do first things first. We should solve the problem at hand, and then we would extend the electricity to those that need it. Yeah.
Solving the problem may take some time, you know. Obviously, some long-term measures need to be put in place. So if for, say, 5 years, 10 years, the problem still persists, we are still trying to solve the problem, during that period, what happens? They are still in darkness?
Well, I think we can also factor in we have solar energy or something like that. At least we should try and see how best we can help them while solving the problem at hand. And then I think it will be cool, yeah.
Well, I think that the government is trying to make an effort to extend electricity to those who do not have. Even though we are suffering here in Accra, some people do not have at all. So I believe that if government is able to balance it for the whole country to have electricity, then I think it's a nice move.
So how is government going to balance? Isn't that going to put too much pressure on the already terrible situation we have now?
Well, it is going to be so, but some people are not having electricity at all. okay, some are not having electricity at all, so it will be best for all of us to benefit than just a section to benefit whilst others do not benefit. So I think that, well, government is making an effort. But I also think that they should also try and increase the capacity so that even though they are extending to other regions, we those in the capital city and other cities might also benefit, because this is where industrialization takes place. This is where the bulk of the city is. So let's make an effort to also provide electricity for those here. And I think everything will be okay.